Welcome back. You're watching 101. We're speaking with Senegalese singer and songwriting star Baaba Maal. What was the most challenging time for you in your life? What do you think was the toughest time you came across?
The toughest time was when I was deciding just to go from a school and to be a musician because, you know, I come from an ethnic group which was very close to its tradition. So you are not a griot, you are not coming from a family of musicians, you are not allowed to sing and to pretend to sing like making like your profession, like your job.
The rules are quite strict, huh?
Yes, it was very strict. But at the same time, I had something which I call it's a chance for me. It's the young generation at that moment was all thinking like me. They wanted to go away from this caste system. People wanted to travel just to go to school. But it was hard to make it happen when you have your families who just was wondering how you gonna organize your life with a profession that don't pay because you don't get enough money for that. You have to be really strong in your belief to make it happen.
You were part of the Live 8 concert, which was like the sequel to Live 8, I guess. How much good did that really do you think? I mean, a lot of people say it, and a lot of people in Africa even criticized its real value.
Yeah, I was in Edinburgh when Live 8 concert was happening. I was one of the people who said it's really good to see someone like Bono or Bob Geldof to talk about Africa and to call people to think about how to help Africa to go away from poverty. It's a good thing because we need sometimes the information to raise voices and to make the whole world to look back to one part of the planet Earth and see what they can do for these people. It was good to do. But what I say sometimes is to make a link between what was going on in the whole world and the African continent, because there are the people who are more concerned about their future, about the fight against poverty. And if any project happen after these concerts, and it can be to build a hospital, it can be to build a school in a small village or in a town, the people there in the local environment should be involved on to make it happen, on to make it work. So if they don't know what's going on for them, they will not be a part of the process. This is this is why I said we miss the opportunity to put most of these African musicians or people who can go back in Africa, give the information and follow making this project to happen and to make a change there. And sometimes also we want to see results on the ground. You know, people are always listening and hearing leaders all around the world talking about Africa, talking about plans to help Africa, talking about the problem in Africa, but we want to see results, you know. And to talk about Africa, I think we don't need one event, we don't need 1 year, we need 4 or 5 or 10 years. Take the time, because it's a very complicated continent, it's a very complex continent, it's different and very diverse things, very diverse countries, ethnic groups. It comes so far in the history, you have to take it that seriously to make a change there.
How do you feel that technology, especially the development of electronic technology, has affected music? Is it a good thing or bad?
I think it's a good thing. You know, for people who think that African music or some music from the world should not use technology, I'm not with them, because we are part of the 21st century, and all the opportunities of the 21st century belong to everyone on the planet Earth. And at the same time, when you look at and you listen to African music, you close your eyes, you can see pictures, you can see spaces, you can see the savannah, you can see the Sahel, you can hear some sound. And all this sound, sometimes you can't get it from our traditional instrument that we use, like the basic of our music. But if you can find it by you playing on the keyboard, you can have the sound of the winds, of the noise that the wind make into the leaves of the trees and the savanna. We need that because it's all part of the music, and you only get it when you go into the electronic and you go into a modern studio that gives you the opportunity.
You're involved with the UNDP quite a lot, the United Nations Development Programme, and I know a lot of that involves in issues involving education. How has that work changed you as a character? What have you got out of it the most?
You know, I was doing that before I get in touch with the UNDP, and I thank the people from United Nations Development Programme of recognizing when they just see me coming back from a big tour, going back home, and traveling into small villages using my PA system with no generators, no electricity, using just generators to make music and to take the money from that to participate on building classrooms or buying table for the schools and things like that. And they see that like a connection between culture, music, and social issues, and I think that's great. And also, like I said at the beginning, the generation that was trying to go away from the caste system did take my career like a symbol, like someone who used the fact that I have been to school, but always coming back to my community to use the music and to change into something positive.
Your album Television has quite strong political elements in it, commenting on things such as poor leadership in Africa and things like that. I wonder to what degree you feel you have to make more and more political commentary in your music.
I don't choose to make political comments. I just look at people, look at my country, look at the continent, look at the world, and try to understand, and it's the source of my inspiration. And just I say what I see, what I think is good for people, and what I think it's bad. I can't be wrong, but I have to believe in what I'm talking about. If it comes to the elections, for example, in my country or in some places in the world, and I say what I think it happened, you know.
You have a huge following among the people, so I wonder, would you consider politics yourself?
No, I'm not a politician. I think I'm in a better place being a musician. I love the stage, and music gives me the opportunity to say things much louder than if I was a politician.
You've done a lot, and you've been across the world, of course, performing and producing music. Are there any goals that are outstanding, things you really want to do that you haven't had a chance to yet?
Oh, we didn't put yet, not just me, but African musicians and people who believe in culture and music in Africa, and people who have money and they can't put it on the music. We didn't put yet the structure of a real showbiz from Africa that can really collaborate like equal to the rest of the world. And I think if we travel with African music and we get opportunities and we know that we can't play that role. We have, like the festival I did put, but it's just one festival. We need to see festivals like that all over Africa. We need to see more and more studios and more and more companies that are going to take care of the culture in Africa, because we are facing a very a big danger, you know, the downloading culture, downloading music, and having access to every kind of thing on the continent when we don't have any protection from government or some structures. It's going to be very dangerous for Africa in the future.
Baaba, how would you like to be remembered? What would you like your legacy to be?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I never thought about that, but I would like people in the future to remember me like a nomadic person, someone who write music and want to share it with everyone, because for me music is not something that you just keep for yourself. You don't own your melodies, you just write it yourself, but you have to share it and to make it much more bigger with people.
Baaba Maal, thank you very much for your time. It was a real pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you.